Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
800-450-0560. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched numerous products and summarized rates and benefits of annuities, all from Silac Insurance Company. Call 800-450-0560. That's 800-450-0560. Call now.
This is Weekend Adventure. When you see this symbol, you know you're watching a show that is specifically designed to be educational, informational, and entertaining.
In this episode of The Great Dr. Scott, orphaned bull terrier Bella has been nothing but a joy for rescuer Wendy. But now she's discovered what may be a perilous health condition.
I can't give any assurances that it's going to be good news.
And later, animal rescuer Laura introduces the doctor to some exotic new patients.
Wow, she's amazing.
This is Polly.
Wow, Polly and Paloma, the oddest of odd couples ever.
Now, it's Dr. Scott to the rescue. Caring for creatures great and small, there's never a dull moment for Dr. Scott Miller. With each animal adventure, he teaches us how pets make our lives better, one wagging tail at a time.
For me, life isn't complete unless animals are in it.
He always goes above and beyond the call of duty. He is the Great Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott has a new client with a new dog. English Bull Terrier lover Wendy is helping out a friend by fostering 9-year-old Bella.
Hello, you must be Wendy.
I am.
And this must be Bella, a bully.
Oh, look at you. Look how gorgeous you are.
Beautiful.
Oh. I've always loved English Bull Terriers ever since I had my own. It was the first dog I had after I finished uni. His name was Zed. Looked like he'd rip your arm off, but as soft and sweet as they come. Oh, yes. A perfectly kissable face, that one. I think if people haven't had a Bull Terrier before, they might look at them and just take them at face value and think that's an aggressive dog. But for people that know how wonderful a Bull Terrier can be, they're going to grab them and take them home.
She's loving the attention, isn't she? Yeah, she's
Bella was left without a home after her elderly owner passed away. And now, Wendy is concerned about a lump she found on the terrier's face.
We've come along to Scott for him to check her out today, and hopefully somebody will come along and snap her up. But I must say I'm melting a little bit for her.
Wherever this owner is, she is thinking that Bella is in the absolute right place with you. I can tell that.
I'm getting sort of like a little bit attached to her.
Oh, really?
Wendy is now seriously considering adopting Bella, but she is still grieving the recent loss of her last 2 Bull Terriers.
Well, I miss them so much.
Yeah.
And she's helped feel that pain. I'm going to start again, sorry. Excuse me. She's just amazing. Fostering Bella's really helped and really taken that dreadful emptiness, and the house seems like a home again.
After so much heartbreak, Wendy is hoping Scott will be able to reassure her that Bella has no serious health issues.
I was concerned about these lumps that's on her nose here. This one in particular.
This lump on her face is not normal.
No.
Has it grown? Well, I suppose you only had her a few days.
I have noticed that it is slightly larger since Friday.
Well, I mean, I definitely think that if it's grown in just a few days, then it's definitely something that we need to address.
It was there, but not quite as prominent.
Okay.
Bella will now need surgery so the lump can be removed and tested.
I feel that although your relationship is very new, that you need to take the brave step to consider having her under anaesthetic.
I was dreading you were going to say that, but I know it's got to be done. It's treatment that's got to be done, so thank you.
Poor Wendy, she's so invested in Bella already, but she's still in such a fragile state after losing her 2 dogs. I'm so glad that you're emotionally involved with her already, and I can see why. She's beautiful.
Got to get her sorted first.
Yeah.
Please.
And as far as this lump's concerned, I can't give any assurances that it's going to be good news. In fact, it could turn out to be cancer. And that's the last thing this wonderful woman needs. We're going to get you right. Yes, we are. We're going to get you right.
Coming up next, Bella must undergo a dangerous surgery with an uncertain prognosis.
Poor Bella.
Yeah.
And later, we'll meet a Spanish survivor and a prickly new patient.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
Fear.
I love you.
And bravery.
You got this.
All in the life.
I love you.
Of a child. Starlight exists to bring happiness to hospitalized children when they need it most. Because happiness matters.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
They are fantastic, aren't they?
Look at her.
No, look at the tail on it.
I love how they just go in all directions.
Nurses Emma and Sam are preparing Bella for surgery.
It's gorgeous. Look at this face.
The 9-year-old bull terrier has recently gone into foster care after her elderly owner passed away.
So she's got a little lump here, which we're going to be removing.
Poor Bella.
Yeah. I am quite worried about this lump on Bella's nose. I really don't know what it is right now, but I can't rule out cancer. Okay, let's get cracking. Because we've got a lump that's growing quite quickly in a short space of time, that is one of the warning signs of potential cancer. So we do need to just act fast, get it out, and send it off to the lab and find out what it is, and hopefully it's nothing too nasty. It's being a little tricky because it's actually underneath a muscle layer. There you are.
It doesn't look like a fat lump.
I just don't know with this one. I have removed the lump in its entirety, and that's brilliant. But now it's the agonizing wait to find out what the pathologist at the lab has to say about it, and I really hope it's good news. Let's get you all settled into a nice comfy cage and then call your hopefully soon-to-be mummy.
Boutique owner Laura is hoping Scott can give her very special rescue dog a healthy new life.
She is an absolute beautiful dog, like an Egyptian goddess. And she has such poise and grace. She's just a delight.
This exotic-looking dog is a Podenco from Spain. The Podenco was suffering from a broken leg that had never been treated. A local vet then refractured and straightened her leg with a metal plate.
I applied to adopt Paloma. As soon as she arrived at the door, she was just delightful, so happy. loving and jumping, and so glad to be here.
Paloma is now settling in well in her new adopted life, but Laura is worried she may still have a problem with her leg.
Lately, there is a slight limp after she runs quite a bit in the park. We're going home. That's why I've contacted Scott.
I'm very good, Laura.
Good to see you.
Mwah. How's our beautiful Spanish princess? Hola!
Here she is.
¿Cómo está?
Having a rest.
Lara's telling me that Paloma's limp is getting worse, and there could be a lot of reasons for that. It could be a complication to do with the plate itself, or residual pain from the original injury that she suffered. And the last thing that poor Paloma needs is more surgery, considering the shocking history that she's had.
Can we take a few x-rays of you? Thank you. I'm going to take that as a yes. Hmm? Hey?
Paloma,
Hey?
where are you, man?
Hey, I know. You're a bit of a flirt, aren't you, really?
Oh.
Hey? Are you a bit of a flirt? Yes is the answer to that. Yeah, me too.
But before heading into the clinic, Laura has another unusual patient for Scott, a hedgehog.
Wow, she's amazing.
This is Polly.
Wow, Polly and Paloma, the oddest of odd couples ever.
Absolutely. I've had her for 2 years. She's blind, and she's part of the family, and it's absolutely delightful.
What's going on with her anyway?
Well, I wonder whether she has a bit of lungworm. She has been wheezing and coughing, so I thought I might as well ask Scott to take a look at her.
Should we bring your little spiky sis?
Should we?
Hey, bring your spiky sis to the vet practice.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on, Polly's coming with you.
So now Dr. Scott has 2 patients to investigate, and they're all getting a ride back to the clinic. Coming up next, Scott and his team have some serious detective work ahead as they investigate poor Paloma's mysterious new limp and the reasons why prickly Polly is feeling under the weather. And later, find out the results of Bella's biopsy.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
It's never been easier to put on your shoes and help pets in need at the same time. With new hands-free Skechers Bobs for Dog Sport slip-ins, just slip in and go without touching your shoes. Then, for every pair sold, Skechers makes a donation to help pets in need. And they've already donated over $10 million and helped save over 2 million pets. Plus, Skechers Bobs for Dog Sport slip-ins are machine washable and come in athletic, fashionable styles for men and women. Help save pets in need with new hands-free Bobs Sport slip-ins from Skechers.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
Closed captioning provided by...
For children fighting critical illness, it can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Help us make every wish come true.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Spanish Podenco Paloma is in to see Dr. Scott with a painful leg that needs the doctor's attention.
Here we go. Come and say hi to Auntie M.
Hi, Paloma. Hello, how are you?
There we go. Keep it nice and comfy. Yes, because we're going to sedate you and have a look at that leg, aren't we, sweetheart?
Scott and head nurse Emma want to know what is making Paloma limp after a plate was inserted into her leg to fix a fracture.
Let's hope we don't find anything too bad.
I'm just hoping that it's just something that can be fixed with rehab rather than have a major operation again. Oh, Paloma, you're so brave. What a brave girl you are.
Laura adores this dog. She's so protective over her now. I think she just wants her life to be beautiful.
Good girl.
It's quite emotional, actually. I feel very emotional at the moment. Because she just looks so vulnerable.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
But hopefully everything will be fine.
X-ray. Poor Paloma, she's had major surgery, and now I'm quite fearful that the plate seems like it could have moved, causing some discomfort. And the worst case scenario is that she might have to go through yet another surgery.
Poor girl.
So that's not a particularly attractive fracture site. When I think about everything that Paloma's been through, the terrible neglect and how she coped with what would have been an excruciating injury, it really makes me realize how brave and how dignified this beautiful dog really is.
New owner Laura is anxiously awaiting the results.
Right, so Paloma's doing very well. Emma's just monitoring at the moment, but the x-rays are showing some really good news, actually. The fracture site, although it's not particularly attractive, it's healing, it's doing the job, and the plate is also doing its job, so that's not the problem. But what I have found is that there is some tightness in the ligaments to the foot. During the time that she was injured, the ligaments of her wrists have contracted like that because she lifted her leg off the ground for who knows how long until that healed. And as a result, now she's trying to run normally and have all the flexibility you would normally expect from those ligaments, and it's just not there. So the key treatments that we need to consider is laser therapy. Now, I know that sounds a bit out there, but it can work really well in these cases. And I'm sure she's going to come right. Yeah.
That's a real big relief.
Okay, so that's Paloma done. So let's have a look at Polly then, shall we? Let's pop you up here,
While
gorgeous.
Paloma the Podenco sleeps off her anesthesia,
Oh, look at you. Aren't you magnificent?
it's time for prickly Polly to have her turn with the vet.
Isn't she marvelous? Isn't she?
She's adorable, isn't
she?
Owner Laura is concerned the hedgehog may have picked up a lungworm parasite.
I'm just going to see if she'll let me have a listen. Good girl. I might never get this back again. It's absolutely incredible, actually, to hear a hedgehog's heartbeat. But what I can hear is what we call a dry rail, like a...
Wheezing,
Is that what you're hearing?
Yes.
So it wouldn't surprise me if she has a bit of a lungworm burden here. She does, of course, eat slugs in the garden, and slugs in this area are very known to have lungworm.
Right.
So that's how dogs and cats get them as well. Lungworm is a parasite that's spread by slugs and snails, and they're the favourite treat of a hedgehog. Now, normally they're pretty resilient to that sort of parasite, But when they're a little bit unwell, they can be coughing up blood and the parasites and can be life-threatening. So what we're going to give her is this white paste. Whenever I've given it to hedgehogs before, it looks a little bit like when a 2-year-old gets an ice cream for the first time. It's just
I can imagine.
So it will be quite a messy thing, but hopefully she'll have some of it, and it'll help to knock off those nasty parasites. You're not going to make this easy for me at all, are you? Good girl. It's actually quite useful because she's bitten onto the end of the syringe.
Oh, dear.
So she's letting me get that in.
The medication will clear up the lungworm immediately.
Good girl.
Come on, this way.
Just 2 days after Paloma's x-rays, Laura hasn't wasted any time organizing cutting-edge treatment to ease the stiffness in her Podenco's leg.
Hello, Lara. How are you? How's our girl?
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, well, now we're going to up the ante a little bit with laser therapy.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, I'll take her off your hands
Thank
and I'll
you so
see you
much.
later.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Come on,
Thanks a
gorgeous.
lot. Bye-bye.
Good girl. Laser therapy is fantastic for Paloma because it'll help her to break down any scar tissue that might be present in the leg, but at the same time it reduces inflammation, it can reduce pain, and it stimulates cell formation and regeneration. All great things when you've suffered with a chronic injury. Here we go. Leah, so if you just give her a little hold there.
Receptionist Leah is going to help Scott during the laser session.
So it does need 2 people, and those 2 people need some crazy glasses, and Leah was more than happy to try some on.
I think I'm going to go for the middle ones.
Really?
Yes, please.
Surprising. Build a chic.
I know, bigger the better. How do I look?
You look like you're about to do a spot of welding.
Well, I'm a woman of many talents.
I bet you are. All right, I'm going to sort of go for like triathlon style. What do you think?
Excellent, it just works.
Thank you, Leah. What do you think, Paloma? Do I look like a plank? Hey? Yeah? All right, let's just sort your laser out now, shall we? So what we're going to be doing is just using this little machine, and what we're going to be doing is for about 6 minutes just putting a laser onto her leg.
So can she feel any of that?
She might feel a little bit of tingling, and she might feel a little bit of warmth as well.
Okay.
She doesn't seem to be bothered by that, do you, sweetie? Hmm?
You are good. You're being such a good girl. You are. It was my first time seeing the machine. I'm actually surprised how sort of gentle it was and didn't really affect Paloma in the slightest. It was really good.
Hopefully what it's going to do, more importantly, is just try and heal and improve any scar tissue that might be present. Just get a little bit more flexibility in this joint so you can run like a gazelle. That's what we want, isn't it?
Hey.
There you go, Paloma. That wasn't too bad, was it? Hey, wasn't too bad. The fashion wasn't bad either.
When we come back, Scott visits Bella and shares news of her prognosis. And then we check in to see how Paloma is faring following her new cutting-edge treatments.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Odor below the belt? Nobody likes that. It's time you discovered Lumi Whole Body Deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. Lumi was developed by an OBGYN who you know knows our body chemistry. It works like magic. You gotta go to their website and try it for yourself.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids by providing comfort and normalcy to those who need it most. Learn how at starlight.org.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Oh, good girl.
9-year-old Bella is settling in with her foster carer, Wendy.
Everybody falls in love with her when they see her and all want to come up and greet her, which is very unusual with an English Bull Terrier because a lot of people will cross the street from you.
But Scott is dropping by with some important news that could affect Bella's future adoption. 4 days ago, he removed a lump from the Bull Terrier's face, and Wendy's hoping the test results will rule out cancer.
Oh, it's so lovely to see you. Well, that scar looks beautiful, Wendy. I'm happy with that.
It looks great, actually.
So, it's a mixed bag of news regarding the lump.
Right.
Okay. So, what do you want to hear, the good or the bad?
Bad, please.
Okay. It is a malignant, a nasty type of tumour, okay? It's called a sarcoma.
Right.
But thankfully, with sarcomas, they're graded on a spectrum from not too bad to dreadful.
Right.
Luckily, hers is a grade 1, so it's a not too bad type of tumour.
Okay.
But the good news is that the surgery was able to remove the tumour completely, and the pathologists have told me that the chances of it returning are very low.
Brilliant.
Right.
That's good news. That's really good news.
Yeah.
Isn't that good, Bella? That's good.
You happy with that? So it's great news for Bella. It proves that she is now cancer-free. She hopefully can live a long, full life.
Finally, Wendy has made up her mind about adopting Bella.
Okay, all right.
I think you talked us into keeping her.
That's amazing. It brings me so much joy to be involved in something like this where I can actually help an owner and a dog find their match. It's absolutely the ending that this dog deserves.
As for Paloma, after weeks of laser treatment and physiotherapy, the Podenco's leg is much improved.
She does really seem to be walking brilliantly well.
Oh, yeah, totally. She runs. I haven't seen a limp.
Paloma's looking fantastic. She seems so comfortable. She seems to be running so beautifully well. And it does seem that all the hard work that Laura has put in with regards to the physiotherapy alongside the laser has really made a difference.
Paloma is very grateful to have been saved, and she shows me every day through love, affection, and sometimes mischievousness, but that means that she's feeling at home and safe. And obviously that makes me very happy.
I really admire Laura's passion for animal justice. When she heard about the plight of Spanish Podencos, she didn't just stand by, she did something to help. This woman is a real rescue warrior, and I feel privileged to be able to have helped her with her cause.
Well, Laura, I'm so proud of what you've managed to achieve with this dog, and she's looking great. She's running well. She's got lots of friends, and she's got a loving owner. So what else could we ask for?
And I'm proud of you for what you've achieved.
Thank you. Let's hug it out.
Oh.
When disaster strikes, it takes a hero to save the day. You are about to see some stories of true heroes.
Everyday men and women try to make a difference and save lives.
Hearts of Heroes, part of Weekend Adventure.
Thank you for watching 7 News on your side.
Today on Hearts of Heroes, a Category 4 hurricane brings in a historic storm surge.
This is the largest water event I've ever seen.
I told them to be ready when water comes because it's going to come fast.
As floodwaters rise, a former first responder and his young son will have to brave a brutal storm surge to save their relative in need.
Are you holding up? I'm not. At any moment, I could be hit by debris or the current can take me under. We're looking at 4 feet of water, and I've been swimming forever.
Water is about to be in the house.
I just didn't have a thing in my mind besides I got to get there.
Will they make it in time?
I could hear her screaming from inside. You think she needs me? I'm not going to make it. That was terrifying. To try to get somewhere safe.
When friends and family become heroes, it shows all of us what true dedication means. It happens every day. People are going about their daily lives when suddenly a disaster strikes, turning their lives upside down.
And when one of these catastrophic events went down, things could have been much worse had it not been for the brave heroes who showed up to save the day.
It was a really bad storm in the city of Naples area. Nobody knew how bad it was going to be. I was on the phone with my grandma, and the water was steadily rising. She's in her wheelchair. The water was up to her chest, almost at her chin. I knew I had to get her out of that water. That's when I started my trek to my mom's house. I saw our cars were underwater and the water was rising. That's when I knew it was going to be pretty rough. Oh my gosh.
Naples, Florida sits on the southwest shore of the Sunshine State, right on the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. The city was given its name because of its resemblance to another seaside city, Naples, Italy.
Naples is very close to the beach. We have some of the best beaches in the continental U.S., and we're also filled with waterways.
We have canals, channels, we have rivers that run through the area.
Johnny Lauder and his family have called Naples, Florida home since the year 2000. This tight-knit family is close in more than one way. Johnny shares a home with his wife and 20-year-old son, Xavier, and then his mother, Karen, and older son, Daniel, are just a stone's throw away.
I'm about 4 blocks from my son's house. My mother lives about a half mile further south from my son's house.
Though his mother is in her 80s and confined to a wheelchair, she is fiercely independent.
My mother is very special. She's a tough girl. Stubbornness, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I am. He's right. Sometimes he tells me something, I don't listen.
When Hurricane Ian hit in 2022, the Lauder family would face a 12-hour ordeal that would change their lives forever. Naples was always expecting a storm surge in the forecast, but as the track kept moving south, the surge predictions doubled.
The eye wall started to push those hurricane force winds all the way up into the panhandle of Florida.
Aside from the wind and some rain, Hurricane Ian's greatest threat was always going to be storm surge.
When the storm is coming, it's going to suck water away from the eye of that storm. So it took a lot of water down from Naples, and it sucked it out with it before it made landfall. As the eye passes, now it's pushing it back. So that water that was once there left, it's going to come back, but now it's going to come back with ferocity. It's going to come back with a lot more.
With Hurricane Ian approaching, authorities issued evacuation orders, but some refused to take that threat seriously, including Johnny's mother, Karen.
When she heard the hurricane was coming, she's like, nope, I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere.
One hurricane came through, and I came back, Everything was perfect, except the rug was wet. I thought it'd be like that.
We tried to get Mom to evacuate. She wasn't going to evacuate.
Disregarding an evacuation warning isn't safe. When an expert tells you it's time to get out, you should do so.
We've never seen anything like this.
Johnny was afraid for his mom's safety, so the former first responder decided to ride out the storm, just in case she would need his help.
In the 90s, I was a police officer in North Chicago. I was a SWAT team member. I had rescue diver training, so that is ingrained in me. Since my house is further away from my mom's house, we decided to set up camp here at my son's house.
As Ian made landfall, it pushed that ocean water right onto the land.
We can't drive through this. Back up, back up, back up.
It was early on projected to be roughly 1 foot to 3 feet, suddenly became 3 to 6, 6 to 12, and then, it just continued to get worse as it got closer.
In the city of Naples area, nobody knew how bad it was going to be.
Johnny and his sons kept an eye on the rising water and stayed in constant communication with Karen, who was in a home about a half a mile away.
I was on the phone at the time with my grandma, and then I said, I think I'm going to have to let you go. Xavier got up and said, the water's here. That's when we got to get to the attic.
As the family climbed to the highest level of their home, Xavier got back on the phone with his wheelchair-bound grandma. He quickly realized that she was in much greater danger than they were.
She said it's at her belly button, but he was saying that it sounded like the phone was underwater when she was talking. I knew I didn't have much time.
With the streets flowing like rivers, Johnny knew it was going to take everything in him to get to his mother.
When I saw our cars were underwater and the water was rising, that's when I knew it was going to be pretty rough.
Coming up, Johnny puts his life on the line to save his mom.
We have gators and sharks and a lot of other things down here, so I don't want them getting in my way either.
But first, a tip to keep you safe should you ever find yourself in a flood.
A storm surge, flash flooding, or busted pipes can overtake your home in just minutes.
That's why it's important to always have an emergency kit prepared. Pack high-energy foods like granola and jerky, and include a 3-day supply of water. Plan on 1 gallon per person per day.
And each year, make sure your provisions haven't expired. Be prepared. Planning ahead is a lot easier than you think.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
What is Circle? Circle is the fuel you need to take flight. Circle is the energy that gets you to the next level. Circle is what you hope for when life tosses lemons your way. Circle, available at Walmart and drinkcircle.com.
Fear.
I love you.
And bravery.
You got this.
All in the life.
I love you.
Of a child. Starlight exists to bring happiness to hospitalized children when they need it most. Because happiness matters.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for 26 bucks.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
When Hurricane Ian hit Naples, Florida in 2022, it brought a storm surge that flooded the city. The water climbed up to 12 feet in some spots. Johnny Lauder was right in the middle of it and had to get to his elderly wheelchair-bound mother who lived blocks away.
First, the water level was at her ankle, and then it was at her calf, and it was getting higher.
It's coming up! It's at the window!
Before leaving, he made sure his own children were safe.
My son, his girlfriend, my youngest son, all piled up into the crawl space. I had to leave, and I jumped out the window and started my trek to my mom's house. When I jumped out the window, I felt the full force of the water all pushing against me.
Johnny would have to fight against really powerful currents to get to her.
So strong that it was taking my feet from under me, and you're just kicking. So you gotta swim, 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 hold on to something. It's probably one of the strongest things I've ever pushed against.
As Johnny fought the surge, the raging water wasn't the only danger.
The storm surge was picking up anything and everything that was in its path. There was fuel, vehicles that got flooded. You had the septic tanks in people's yards as the water was flooding those residential areas.
It's all mixing together, and in some places that water was pretty putrid. Oh my gosh.
Floodwaters can be filled with sewage, toxins, and even dangerous creatures. So you definitely don't want to be submerged in this hazardous mixture.
But this former first responder had no choice but to press on.
I know at any moment I could be hit by debris, or the current could hit me under. I know that we have wildlife.
We had a report of an actual shark swimming in a parking lot.
But there was still another deadly threat.
I looked up at the power lines, and they were all sparking. So it was like 4th of July above me. Well, I'm thinking if I get too close to a line that's in the water, then there's no more me.
Suddenly, Johnny's luck began to change.
I looked up, and there was a boat there. There was a life jacket and a cushion from the boat which floated.
Just then, he got another stroke of good fortune.
When I looked down, there's this knee board in front of me. I don't know where it came from, but I graciously accepted that gift. It made cutting through the water 1,000,000 times easier.
We're looking at 4 feet of water, and I've been swimming forever.
Although Johnny had been sending texts, they weren't getting out. His son Xavier kept getting more and more worried.
I was on the phone with my grandmother the whole time. Time was passing fast. He still hadn't shown up.
I see water coming out of the bathroom. I see water coming through the kitchen door. And I see water coming through the window. I said, the water's coming in.
We're arriving to Grandma's.
After nearly 40 minutes of battling that rushing water, Johnny made it to his mother's house, not knowing what he would find.
I was fighting the whole way there against the gulf, pushing me back. When I got closer, I could hear her screaming from inside. That was terrifying because I didn't know if something had fallen on her or if she was hurt.
Coming up, with the surge raging, there is no time to lose.
She's up to her chest, almost at her chin, and I knew I had to get her out of that water. It was pretty bad.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
It's never been easier to put on your shoes and help pets in need at the same time. With new hands-free Skechers Bobs for Dog Sport slip-ins, just slip in and go without touching your shoes. Then, for every pair sold, Skechers makes a donation to help pets in need. And they've already donated over $10 million and helped save over 2 million pets. Plus, Skechers Bobs for Dog Sport slip-ins are machine washable and come in athletic, fashionable styles for men and women. Help save pets in need with new hands-free Bobs Sport slip-ins from Skechers.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
Closed captioning provided by.
For children fighting critical illness, we can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Help us make every wish come true.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
After nearly an hour of battling brutal storm surge pushed ashore by Hurricane Ian, former first responder Johnny Lauder had finally made it to his mom's house.
Turns out she was on the phone with my son, and she was yelling at me through the window that we couldn't open the door.
Johnny climbed into the house through a window.
The water was brown, murky, just disgusting, and I knew I had to get her out of that water. She was shaking like a chihuahua, so I knew the onset of hypothermia when I see it. So wrapped her up, put her on a table.
He got me up on the table, and I didn't realize how bad it was outside until I looked out the kitchen window, and I couldn't believe it.
It's now 6:30. She only has one leg, so it's going to be very difficult trying to get out of here.
Johnny couldn't get his mom out by himself, but the surge made it almost impossible for first responders to get to them.
Even though we have all these fire engines and the ladder trucks and so forth, they were useless at the peak of the storm surge.
Johnny called his son Xavier, who began making the long trek just like he had.
It was pretty difficult. I had the same currents going against me, but I just didn't have a thing in my mind going through besides I gotta get there. I gotta get there. I gotta get there. By the time I got there, everything had toppled over. Her refrigerator was lying sideways. We tried to move couches and everything, but the couches, when they're waterlogged, these things were, it felt like 1,000 pounds.
The water stuck. It's not like dead fish. And I thought, oh no, don't tell me he's going to go head first down in the water.
We had to try to move as much as we could to get her in her wheelchair outside the door. 6:10, we're now leaving, pushing a wheelchair, half deep water. Yeah, that's done. We have a little bit of a trek ahead of us, but we'll try to get somewhere safe.
With the threat of hypothermia, Johnny knew they had to get his mom somewhere warm and dry.
Mom's sitting in a chair in her nightgown, soaking wet, so I know she needs to get warm quick.
They made their way to a hotel nearby, but there was no room. The shelter was overrun with victims of the storm, so they rerouted to home base, Johnny's son's house.
He said, "How are you holding up?" And I said, "I'm not." I didn't know how it kept going. I didn't know where I was getting the energy from, but I just knew my grandma had to get to a dry, safe place.
A few more miles to go.
Coming up.
We got to get her to the hospital. We got to make sure her wounds are okay. Our fears were right.
But first, another tip to keep you safe if you live in an area prone to storms.
Hurricanes can be devastating to property and possessions, but storms of this magnitude can also knock out critical power sources.
So if you live in an area prone to storms, be sure to have alternative power sources available. Portable generators, backup mobile phone batteries, and hand crank radios are easy to purchase and relatively inexpensive.
Remember, when danger strikes, information matters. Staying cautious and connected will help keep you and those you love safe.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Odor below the belt? Nobody likes that. It's time you discovered Lumi Whole Body Deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. Lumi was developed by an OBGYN who you know knows our body chemistry. It works like magic. You gotta go to their website and try it for yourself.
Are you thinking of buying a stair lift? This essential free guide will answer all your questions. You can find out how a stair lift can improve your life in a few easy steps with this free guide packed full of detailed information. All of your questions answered. What should I think about when buying a stair lift? What type of stair lift will suit my home? What difference can a stair lift make in my life? Answers to these and many more with this free guide to buying a stair lift. A stair lift can be crucial to you staying independent in your own home. They were invented to make your life easier. And this free practical guide, produced with the help of Acorn Stair Lifts, will make it easier for you to choose the one that's right for you. So call now, 1-800-898-1005 for your free copy of your guide to buying a stair lift and have all of your stair lift questions answered today. 1-800-898-1005.
Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids by providing comfort and normalcy to those who need it most. Learn how at starlight.org.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Dr. Scott Miller cares for all kinds of creatures.
Good boy.
And he'll go above and beyond to make sure these animals are in good hands.
This is something that is going to change his life forever.
On The Great Dr. Scott, part of Weekend Adventure.
After hours of fighting the storm surge and Hurricane Ian, Johnny Lauder and his son were attempting to get Johnny's mom, Karen, to safety. She was not only suffering from the onset of hypothermia, she had also been sitting in contaminated water for nearly 12 hours. Weary and cold, they finally made it back to Johnny's son's home.
We get back here, she's in her chair. I can't do anything about her wet chair. So we figured we'd put some towels down, put her on a soggy couch. We knew we needed to get her cleaned up.
Now they had to worry about the impacts from that contaminated water.
But she'd been sitting in that water for 12 hours easily. So EMS came out to check on her. They were like, we gotta get her to the hospital. We gotta get her clean. We gotta make sure her wounds are okay. They took her to Naples Community Hospital, and our fears were right. She did have some bacterial infections throughout her body. But since then, she's been treated. She's doing better. She's in a rehab facility now.
As the waters receded, the Lauders saw the true extent of Hurricane Ian's destruction.
We made our way back to my mom's house, and then that's when we saw the real aftermath of what things look like. This is my mom's house. Well, what was her house. The water came all the way up to here. You can see the water line against the wall. It was 84 years of her life and things that she's had since the 40s, just taken away in a matter of 12 hours.
It's difficult to see it how it is right now because it used to be where you'd come to just enjoy your day with grandma, play cards. I would do puzzles at the table. It definitely stirs up some emotion.
Sadly, Johnny and Xavier discovered that they had lost their home and most everything they own.
We went the next day, everything destroyed. You saw all your stuff underwater, you saw it all destroyed, and there was a big box of like our family photos and all that, and it hurt to see it.
We lost everything. My mom lost everything. I lost baby pictures of my kids and albums. But, you know, those are up here and in here. And the rest of the stuff, it doesn't matter.
Both Johnny and his mother, Karen, had lost all their possessions. But their family and their fighting spirit had all survived.
Pick up people up, you know, around us, and we move forward. So you can't look back.
We just gotta imagine it was a big reset button, everything's fine at the end of the day, and we're just glad to be here.
Hurricane Ian taught everyone an important lesson.
Mother Nature is a beautiful but cruel and unforgiving woman, and she shouldn't be taken lightly.
Never again will I stay in a hurricane again. I'll go to a shelter, go somewhere with high. I learned my lesson the hard way.
Thankfully, everyone survived the 12-hour ordeal, in part thanks to this family's love and commitment to one another.
I thought they were heroes. I thought they were great, and I'm proud of them.
Not a hero, I'm just a boy who went to go help his mom, you know? That's the only way I can look at it. It's just, you do what you gotta do.
He's my dad. I have to be proud of everything that he does because he's amazing.
I'm Jeff Corwin. Are you ready for an adventure like no other? Get away. Join me for Wildlife Nation Expedition Florida on ABC's Weekend Adventure.
Heroes matter, and stories like today's prove just that.
So, the next time you come across a first responder, take a moment and thank them for making a difference each and every day.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, right here on Hearts of Heroes.